it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Good. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video I've got a very exciting flip through to share with you. This is a book that I came across many months ago actually on Etsy. It's called A Million Christmas Furries and this is by Maryna Kostiushko and she goes by Labzazuza Colourings on Instagram and also on Etsy. She very kindly did send this to me to review and I'm very excited to share it with you. I haven't had a proper look through yet, I've literally just received it. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a flip through for you of this new book and it's the perfect season for it as well. I will also let you know that this currently, as I'm filming this, has a 25% off sale on Etsy. I think that's also with a couple of her other products as well. She sells downloadable PDF images as well and some downloadable colouring books too. And she's a Ukrainian artist and this book came very quickly to me. It only took about a week to get here. So yeah, I'm very impressed and I can't wait to share this with you. So thank you so much again, Maryna, for sending this to me. So the size of the book, I should mention, is 18 centimetres wide by about 23. It's similar in size to a Lulu Mayo book, and actually that's how I would if I was to categorize it into like artist styles, I would put it into Lulu Mayo and also kind of Raider Prince a little bit. That's what it reminds me of, but it's got this beautiful gold foiling on the front and lots of wintry animals and things which are totally my thing. And like I said, what with it being a smaller book, I think around this season when we're all quite busy, it should be something hopefully that's a bit easier to get to. So we have the card cover and then we get straight into the illustrations. So this illustration is an uncoloured version of the front cover. And then I'm not going to break the spine just yet, but I should mention I can't quite tell whether it's stitch bound or not. I don't believe it is, but it's definitely glue bound, and if it is stitch bound I just can't really see the stitches very well. I guess we'll see as we go through. But yeah, this is the copyright information page and then this first image here, which is just so cozy. I really love it. And what I like is that some of the line art is in grey, so like a dark grey in comparison to black. So for example, this carpet is a bit lighter and the wallpaper dots are a bit lighter, and what that allows for is for it to be clearer what's at the forefront, which I really like, and what are kind of the details to focus on. Yes, okay, this is stitch bound. I can see the stitches coming through here now, that's brilliant. So now we have a double page spread, which I just think is so, it flows so well. I just love how the composition of this page has been done. And in a way, it is sort of that Small Victory style where you could look at each different scene and just focus on that and then fill everything else in. I can't quite, I'm assuming they're meant to be kind of burrows or the animals kind of hibernating in the winter, but I think it's really beautiful. You could add like snow onto the top of the ground as well. I think that would be really nice. So we then have some of these more contained scenes, which are personally my favourite sort of images going on here, because this is all framed within the lines and it's not too overwhelming with a background, but there is room within the image itself to do a background, which I really like. And you know, throughout this book there are obviously going to be indications of snow and things like that with the snowflakes going on. And there's just so many tiny details to notice. The faces on the animals I think are absolutely adorable. And I think many people would love this book from kind of this is obviously a more developed and detailed version of the cute and cozy books, but I wouldn't be surprised if you like those books, then this would definitely be right up your street. Then we've got some more mushrooms and things up here. So many different scenes going on here. We've got the rabbits at the front with the carrot, the cats peeping through the window, the little nest up here. There's just so many tiny worlds within the one picture. So this is more of a full scene. My favourite bit of this page is this cute, I'm assuming is a fox, sewing up there. I just think that's adorable. And then we've got this one, which is a mug with a fish, I think, and things peeping out of there. That's really cute. I should mention the paper isn't the best quality. I don't really own many Amazon books, so I'm not really sure in comparison to that paper what it would be like. I think maybe a tad thicker, but I would say risking it with watercolour probably isn't the best idea. And obviously it's double-sided, so you'd probably want to avoid alcohol markers unless you don't mind sacrificing the next page. But I think water-based markers, as long as you're really careful, would just about be okay. I mean, with this image, it's with like a lot of colouring books, but the next image kind of shadows onto the next picture, but not by much. So if you're a pencil colourist, you will definitely be absolutely fine with this, and you can throw acrylic paint markers, gel pens, that sort of thing. So this one is a big double spread, and we've got lots of different kind of landscapes overlapping each other. I just love all of the animals in the clothes as well. It's kind of that cute version of anthropomorphic animals, which I think is really nice. And even the buildings, I'm not the biggest fan of colouring buildings, but she's done it in a way that makes them more approachable, makes them more fun just by how they've been drawn. It kind of reminds me in that sense of Rita Berman a bit, because she makes me enjoy colouring the buildings and trees and things like that, and I think the same goes for Maryna. Oh, this one is so beautiful. So there's obviously lots of room for shading with the bigger areas as well, which I think is really nice. So you have a big area of snow here, you have the whole tree coming down, which yeah, there's obviously going to be a lot of snow, so it would be a really good opportunity to practice your snow colouring if you're so inclined to. I love this image. I really love these two turtles coming down the, I mean, it could be ice, it could be like an iced river, maybe like an ice rink. The hedgehog's peeping out around there. Another double page spread, which is what I'm assuming is a scarf, with lots of extra animals around it. Some of these are quite detailed, so it's hard at first to know exactly what's going on. I love that this is framed off here, this background. We've got the snowman up here holding the moon, I think. And this one again is so sweet. We've got another fox writing, and then lots of mushrooms. So for me, what I like about this book is that it could take you from, you know, almost the autumn season, like end of autumn, in November, and then you could easily carry on colouring this book until February. I mean, it depends if you're a seasonal colourist like I am. You can colour this all year round if you want, but I think it's nice that there are elements incorporated into this that aren't immediately Christmassy. They're more wintry and late autumnal, as I've said with the mushrooms, which I think is a really nice feature. Like this one, apart from the snowman, there's really nothing to suggest that this would be Christmassy, which I think is really lovely. I mean, it is called A Million Christmas Furries, but it's nice that with some of the pages that aren't quote unquote Christmassy, you could go for different colour palettes and steer away from the kind of red, green, gold. This one's beautiful. I love that the tree has been made into a character. And again, we've just got that background put in. It just sets the page off really nicely, and then you have the carpet. So I wouldn't feel the need to fill in a background around the edge of that one. This one, there's just so much going on. So much. How detailed is that? Again, this carpet kind of design has been greyed out, so some of the elements are slightly lighter than others, which I think is a really nice touch. I'm assuming here this is Maryna drawing the book. We've got a little cosy animal sleeping. I'm not actually sure what that could be. It could be a number of different things. Now, to me, with both of these pictures, because we have the snowflakes in the background, I would do something with the background. So for me, this is one that I would probably go right to the edge or border it off. And same goes for this. We've got the beaver, I think, knitting here, which is really sweet. You could practice your kind of glass colouring, whiting out elements and things. That's really fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun with white gel pens and acrylic paint pens and things like that in this book, and also gel pens, of course. Oh, this is so sweet. We've got a bear eating popcorn. So many different hidden characters which you don't spot at first. You've got a parrot there, a burger down here, I think, and a cherry, and that's so sweet. Now this wreath, I love wreath images. I can't quite work out at the moment what's sort of going on with this. There's so many different things, but I think what's really nice is if you get the book, having it in your hands and discovering the pages yourself, and also as you colour it, discovering new things. So that there'd be no need for a background with that one if you didn't want to do one. This is really lovely. I think there's a lot of fun things going on here with the ability to do snow and things on top of the tree. And I like the birds hanging the lights. This one again, the background is all greyed out, which is really great, so you just focus on all of the smaller elements. This is more of a simpler page actually, which is a nice breather from some of the more detailed double page spreads. So here is another double page spread. Now with this one, I think you could do two things with this. When I think this was one of the preview images, I could be wrong, but when I first saw it, I thought, oh, is this kind of a division of the page where this is like above and below and you could do different colours? But then I realised it was the lights. So I think you could either do different colours to divide the page, maybe do a darker night sky and a lighter sky, or do really cool light effects with the lights. Again, lots of snow globes and practicing with glass and see-through objects. This one's really gorgeous. I think this is a mushroom. It looks like a mushroom house, doesn't it? Again, some of these elements down here are greyed out. And then this one is very, very detailed. So what it looks like is it's a tree, or it's a house or something inside a tree. Lots of small elements going on here. I love as well with the lights that we don't just have traditional lights. You know, here we've got Christmas tree lights, which I think is really sweet. And the texture of the tree is greyed out there as well to bring everything else to the forefront. Again, more of a simple composition, which I think is gorgeous. How cute this is, that turtle, the little hat on its back, that is so cute. And this, which again is quite a detailed one, you'd have to sit there for a while, I think, trying to figure out exactly what's going on. It looks like it's some sort of a curtain or a cloth which the animals are then sliding down, which is really sweet. There's a lot of nice patterns there if you're a fan of patterny pages. Again, more of a simpler one, but I really love this. I love baking, so this could quite possibly be one of the first pictures that I do. I think, I mean, this patterned rolling pin is something that I always saw in Poland, actually, when we went there last year. I think the only tricky thing for me with the bigger areas, especially for the cat, is figuring out how to do the fur, which I know for some people you want to do fur on every page. I think actually in this book you wouldn't necessarily need to do fur. What with it being more of a cutesy style, you could get away with not doing it at all if you don't want to, which I think is really good if you are a beginner in that department. And then this one, we've got kind of the above and below in the water, which is really cool. Big double spread here, which looks like a table where all of the animals are eating their treats. I think this one is a cupcake with everything on it, which just looks amazing. There are so many characters here. I mean, how gorgeous is this? With all of the extra pattern mushrooms. We've got an owl here with the bobble hat on again. I love the composition of that. I think that's really pretty. And then this looks like a Christmas morning sort of page, doesn't it? With all of the animals curled up by the cushions and all the presents and the wrapping. Big double spread. Again, lots of different sorts of scenes going on here with the narwhals. We've got the snowman reading over there, the owl popping out, the foxes, and the cats down here. There's quite a lot of open space in this one for you to be able to do shading as well. And actually, with there being a lot of snow on this, I really don't think it would take that long. I think even though you add loads of extra details with gel pen and things like that, I actually think that it does make the page go faster if you have a lot of snow elements. This is really cute. So we've got baubles with animals either in them or as the bauble. Again, the background is greyed out there, so you can focus on the baubles. I love this turtle one. Again, this probably could be one of the first ones I do. I think this is really sweet. So this time we've got little earmuffs, or like an earmuff hat on the turtle, and then a snowy scene on its back. Really, really sweet. And then we've got stockings here, the gorgeous hedgehog. I'm also thinking whether you could find a page in this book which could be used as an advent calendar. I'm sure there would be something in here that would be perfect for that, with enough different elements to be able to do that on there. This one's gorgeous. Look at this sled. I would think that the background might be a little bit more tricky for this one for me to figure out what to do, but I just think that that is gorgeous with the snowman eating the cookie and maybe hot chocolate. And we've got the cats in the mirror. This is more of a chatty flip through, I know, but I really like kind of chatting through all of the pages. This one, again, great for practicing your glass. I think this is a really beautiful page. And, you know, even here we have some flowers, we have some cactus. This doesn't scream fully Christmas. This would be a perfect one for a different time of the year if you wanted to keep colouring in this book. Got the jumper there with all the animals peeping out. Again, more of the animals coming through the windows there. And then, to me, this is tinsel, but it's actually made out of Christmas tree pine, I assume. We've got kind of, it's an indoor house scene, I think, which actually is a double page spread, so I hadn't realised that quite at first. This one, I think the animals are playing some games here. These look like marbles potentially, and then chess pieces. Really fun one. That might be a nice one to colour on Boxing Day or something, where you're kind of chilling out, playing games, having fun. This is really sweet. Again, I think this is like a mug of something yummy. The bunny blowing on that hot chocolate or coffee is really cute. And then the little face on the snow as well. Big double spread here. I love this. Love this. Look at all of the different elements going on. It's really looks like a lot of fun. I can't quite work out what's going on down here. There's some kind of intricate bits there, but that is really stunning. Ooh, be careful not to miss a page. So now we have the picture, which I believe was one of the first pages by the copyright page. Yes, so you do actually get 2 copies of that. But this is the other side of it, which I don't think is meant to be a double page spread. No, this is again more wintry. If it wasn't for the Christmas tree. And again, double page spread here. This one's really fun. Lots of nice big patterns to shade if you wish to. And again, apart from the Christmas trees and things on the actual mug, you'd have to break the spine to get into that, but there isn't much on it. I think you could definitely colour this in winter. We've got the fishbowl, the Christmassy fishbowl. How fun is that? I think that's a really cool idea. The Christmas tree and everything inside, the fish peeping out there, parrot up there. We've got all the blankets on top of each other with all of the animals peeping out. We've got a sleeping fox. Again, it would indicate to me that you could put your own background in for this with the snowflakes around it. But that could easily be a wintry picture, couldn't it? Big double spread here with the beavers. That's so sweet. And we are coming to the end. And then the final page is this one. So I think the squirrel is writing cards, wrapping up presents. That's so cute. And yeah, not too much background space to worry about with many of these images, which I think is really helpful. And that's the end of the book. So this is, I don't know whether this is the publisher's name. This certainly isn't Maryna's Instagram. I will put her Instagram down below and her Etsy store if you are interested. But yeah, that's the book. I really hope that you've enjoyed watching. Thank you again so much, Maryna, for sending this to me. I really appreciate it, and it's a gorgeous book, and as I said, perfect for this time of the year. You know, we're in a couple of weeks coming past Halloween, and then I know for me anyway, I'll be starting on my still kind of autumnal but more Christmas winter pages. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, I'll have everything down below in the description. Take care everyone, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye.